You are listening to Endless, Nameless.
Hi, I'm Maya Jones, and I discovered Taylor Swift at VBS Horse Camp.
Hi, I'm Gabriella Rigakos, and I had a Star Wars editing account in high school.
This is Endless Nameless.
It is.
The podcast where we have a guest.
Yes, we have a guest, a really special guest.
And it took so long to try to secure them.
Yeah,
and
I know.
it's been such a surprise, and we've been hiding it from you guys, and I'm so excited for it to happen. We've been working around the clock for it. And
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Can't wait to see
what they have to say.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about a bunch of different things about life and love.
Wait. Is that the guest?
Dude, where's the guest? The mystery guest that you told me about? You said it was gonna be really fucking good.
Wait,
and that
is
was
it
gonna get
you?
us.
Are you saying that I'm not a good guest?
No, I just thought that
I
you would
just
have
shitty interviewing to insult your guest right off the bat.
But you
I didn't know I
told
was
us that it
interviewing
was gonna
you.
be somebody famous, and that we were gonna get to
I'm right here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I guess our guest today is
Okay,
Jacinta.
so setting back, yeah.
No, I can't do it. Guys, our guest
is. You can't you gotta break
for that long.
No,
You just can't be
I felt
mean.
bad. It's we're ew, what the fuck? Okay, whatever.
You gotta get more mean to her.
Okay, I can do that.
Wait. I think you guys are plenty mean enough.
We'll throw a few jabs in there.
Yeah.
On this podcast, we like to break you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to humble every guest that we have. We can't just be oh my god, we're so happy to see you.
I know.
All right.
I
know,
watched the
fucking does
Maeve-isode. You guys were not. You got to be mean all of a sudden now that I'm the guest.
Yeah, it's a new rule. It's a new rule. That we started with you.
we changed the rules.
Right.
Yeah, but the guest today is Jacinta. This is the voice that you've been hearing behind the camera this entire time.
Why I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, that's not even.
I think it's so funny when you're
It's not even in
talking
frame.
behind the camera because it just sounds like God.
Yeah. This is the podcast.
Famously,
God.
I did play God in a Christmas pageant
You
one
played-
year at church.
You did?
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I got a lot of compliments. on my
That's the role of a
performance.
lifetime.
You and Bo and
Yeah.
Yang have that in common.
I was literally about to say.
You should bring it up to him.
Yeah, I should have.
At your church?
Yeah.
Wow.
My
I
dad
relate
was the
'cause I was
minister,
aiming for
but I
Gabrielle.
don't think that's part of the casting process.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was totally not nepotism.
Not
that your
at
dad was
all.
a minister of the church and you played
Right.
God. Yeah,
That's
for
crazy
sure.
that you're literally the preacher's daughter.
Yeah, that's what
Let's
I've been
talk
saying.
about that.
Maybe we were talking about Sun, Moon, Rising albums. I feel like maybe Preacher's Daughter has to be in there.
Maybe.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was that's my son, but it's that's kind of your son, to
That
be
might
be
honest.
your
I
son.
can't really claim that.
Kind of wrote that about me.
So we're talking about albums that are Sun, Moon, Rising. So if you're preacher's daughter, son, home video,
Definitely.
moon,
Yeah.
folklore, rising.
That makes a lot of sense.
I can
There-
see
that's
that.
what it
I
is.
think-
I actually feel like that maybe says way too much about me.
I think
Yeah,
that
we just
makes,
expose you a little bit, to be honest.
If you, that's the only
Interview
clip.
is over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
only
all
thing
you need to know.
I think I'm a 1975 self-titled son, a Punisher moon, and pure heroine rising.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
All I know is I'm an
maybe
AM moon.
I
That's it.
might change it. I might be an Igor rising.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, I like that.
I think I'm
pretty
an Igor
lit, to be
rising.
honest. I like that. Well, mine's to be determined. I don't really know.
I
We'll
think
figure
you're.
it
I
out.
think you're definitely an AM moon. I think you. I would agree that you were a pure heroine rising. Though.
Yeah, I can see that, but maybe that was more my childhood. You know, I'm that. I feel like we
If we're
we
going
talk about.
childhood, Blue Neighborhood has to be in mine.
Oh
yeah.
hell yeah! I mean, a common topic for
I mean,
today.
Yeah, and
the
we'll
whole
get
video
into
is kind of just grown up Blue Neighborhood when you think about
That's
it.
It really
really
is.
true.
It actually is.
I think that you would be would it just be like TRXYE?
Oh.
Bringing back all of the crazy
All Troye
ones.
Sivan.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that we forgot to talk about in the 2013 of it all episode
Yeah.
was Troye Sivan, and we said,
But-
we're leaving it for the
I know. I think
episode.
that we
Like,
do. I'm glad
That's
that we
actually
have
a
to.
great segue.
Yeah, because like I think that we need to introduce like who you are and like how like
Guys, I'm actually Troye Sivan.
yeah, you are.
some people don't know, but the person singing on the track, like, that's Jacinta.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
doing
was
all the harmonies.
Yeah.
So this is Girl Idiot production, like in the flesh.
Yes.
This is the
Yeah.
trio.
This is all we got.
This is all we got.
That's the entire
Please
thing.
help us.
No,
Like,
literally, this is what the production
If anybody
company's
wants
built
to
off
like
of.
give us money or like
Oh,
get
yeah.
us on their like
It's
film
always
sets
like,
or
I love
anything.
your podcast, and never like, here's $1 billion.
No,
as I said
literally.
before. Like,
and yeah, you're so right. Here's a $1 million CBC deal.
yeah. CBC,
All right.
if you want to work with us,
Yeah.
you
I don't know
don't.
if that's our
I don't know if
Target.
that's yeah, maybe not. A24?
A24 produces their first podcast, and it's this one. It would be.
I
It would be.
wish. God, I
they
wish.
have their own podcast.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
That's true.
But like, like producing podcasts in the way that they do movies would be really funny.
like
that.
really crazy like soundtrack and
Yeah.
like
Oh my god, maybe we could finally get the rights to some of the music we've just been using.
don't say that on
No,
air.
no, we are a very
Um,
professional
I-
production
that
company.
was a joke.
Deftones, we love you so
That was a joke.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the last Shadow Puppets too, you let that one slide as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Please, I hope that one day we don't owe you money.
Alex Turner owes me money, and so does Miles Kane.
Yeah.
I'm not saying why.
Do you guys ever get insecure when I start turning down your levels while you're talking?
No.
I don't notice it when
I-
you're up
okay,
there.
I
but now
genuine-
that you bring that up, I might become a little bit insecure. about
I expect you to do that. Like it
Okay.
doesn't really bother
People
me
do that
too
to me in
much.
real life by telling me to be more quiet. Like
Yeah.
They do.
historically.
They try to silence us.
Instead of being quiet, you're like, sorry, I'm just like gonna turn your.
Yeah.
turn the
I'm just
level
gonna
People
meow
wish
real
they could
quick.
do
I'm
that
just
in
gonna-
real life.
Yeah. Oh, I got. Was that me?
Sorry.
No, that was
Maya.
you.
That was Maya.
I got silence?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow. Were you silenced? Or wait.
were you silent?
Were you silent
or
or
were
were
you
you
silenced?
By Jacinta.
Realize.
That's a good question.
Realize.
Realize.
I don't know how we got there.
You know, it just
don't
once
know.
again
It
it brings
just
us
seems like
into
a
the thing
logical
that we need to talk about,
Yeah.
which is basically we've been friends forever for like
I don't want
God,
to do
like
the math on that.
we met in 2016.
Did you meet in person in 2016 or online?
We met in. Wait, did we meet in person in 2016?
No. I was in grade 10 when we met.
That's 2016.
Online. And
Online.
but then I think we met in person also in grade 10, but it was in 2017. It was like right before the summer or something like that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, guys,
Yeah.
we filmed this very podcast in the exact same building that me and Jack met in.
And not only did we meet each other,
But we met the man who
The-
brought us together.
the internet legend.
The pioneer of the
You guys
Q
are
and
really
Slay,
hyping this guy up.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tyler Oakley.
Yes, give
Can we
it
get
up.
I
Can we
wish
get
I
a-
wish I had sound
I
effects on
know.
this thing right now.
Shout out. Bringing people together
Yes.
forever.
Yeah.
So you guys explain how that happened with the,
This is
the
like
group chat. Start there.
it's really weird to be talking about this like on the podcast because we avoid talking about this to like friends of ours.
I
Yeah.
remember when you told me how you met Maya, and you're like, I just don't want to say it. Like, I
Yeah.
like we were driving home from something. You're like, I just like don't want to say it. Like we met in a group chat, and I'm like, I was in a Raylo group chat. Like it can't get
Yeah.
much worse than that.
And
I
we
met people from
always
that one.
act like it's like the worst thing on earth.
It
we have
really
like,
isn't.
We have a
It
list
doesn't-
of lies that we'll tell other people instead
we met at
of that.
camp is the big one.
Yeah.
Because people don't
I've-
ask a lot of follow-up questions about that.
Yeah,
I get,
so
like,
many
meeting-
times I've said summer camp.
I guess it's like if you just say you met in a group chat, that doesn't sound. But I guess like when we say that, we're thinking of all the embarrassing
to
things
you,
that
like-
went
yeah.
down.
Like,
Like
when you
we're
say
like
that to
getting
me, I'm like,
flashbacks.
I know
Yeah.
what a group chat entails. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I get why that. But like, I think the average person would be like, oh, a group chat, like you just met online, like,
Yeah.
and they don't understand like what a fan group chat like is.
No, it
So-
brings back the war flashback.
No,
Yeah.
me too. I was fighting for my life, like what you'll learn separately online at this time. I didn't know them. I wasn't in the Tyler fandom. I was kind of,
Yeah.
I was.
But we were doing the exact same thing, but you were just in this other part of the internet.
Yeah.
And we were
Yeah.
in like the YouTuber part of the internet.
Yeah, I was on the
That's
Star
so
Wars
cute.
part.
Yeah.
I met some of my Star Wars friends. That was pretty nice. I like
Yeah.
that. We fought
Did you
for
end
our
up living
lives.
with them?
No, didn't. But them, they did.
We
Look at that.
did.
How beautiful
That's so
a
crazy.
progression.
It is really
I love
crazy.
that.
It's very crazy that like if we didn't like a tweet to be put into a group chat,
Yeah.
It would
like my life would be completely
This would not
different.
even
I know.
exist.
It'd be
Probably.
like a totally
we
different
got we
person.
got to give a shout out to Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
who made that group chat.
Yeah.
And
It was so basically like Tyler would do this thing I think it was like once a month or something like
Yeah.
that, where he would put like a hashtag Tyler Oakley Twitter meetup, and everybody would post selfies and like talk about their
and
interests.
do not look up that hashtag.
Do not. I swear to fucking
Please.
So does it
God.
still exist? Like, will there still be tweets up
I
there?
don't know. Sometimes I
Probably.
try to look up old tweets of mine and I can't find them.
Yeah,
I
ever
went back
since-
to try to delete some and I
Yeah.
couldn't. So maybe like
Ever since Twitter got bought out by Elon, he like changed how you can like look up like passing, because you used to be able to be like from and then
Yeah.
search, but now you can't do that anymore because he changed it so you can't get canceled.
So
like
that's so he's smart
yeah.
for
is
that.
that
'cause I know
like
he's
is
got
that
some
like a
stuff in there.
conspiracy theory or is that like for real?
I think it's for real because like I know that he like changed a lot of things about it. I'm pretty sure that's why he did it.
I feel like definitely like he's the
Yeah.
type of guy to be like, I have some stuff in the past I don't
Yeah.
really want
No.
coming up anytime soon. Let me-
That's
Well,
yeah, not surprising at all.
Works for me.
Yeah. So he would post like Tyler would do this Tyler Oakley Twitter meetup thing, and then there was this person on Twitter who I was not even following who just said like this tweet to be put into a Tyler group chat.
And there was like a lot. The
Yeah.
crazy thing is like tweets like that in group chats of this kind would happen all of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time they'd fizzle out within a week, a month, a couple
Yeah.
months.
Right.
But
And as they progress, like they would always kind of be the same people as well, because like that fandom was not that big at the time.
yeah, that's the thing.
like
It was pretty late into
Yeah.
it to be a Tyler Oakley fan.
yeah.
Because
But
I feel like when was his heyday? Like
2013, 2014.
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
But we
that's
were
what I thought.
It was 2016. I was the day that this all went down and the group chat got formed, I was moving, but it was like my mom was like, "Maya, like get your ass up, like start moving boxes," and I was on iPhone, just like, "Hey guys," like looking at like my iPhone, and we got put into this group chat, and it was a big group chat originally, but there was something about this like group of people that became like. It was like, I think there was like 10 of us or something like that just became like incredibly close.
Yeah.
And we were the only two that lived in the same area,
Yeah.
which is crazy. For some reason, a lot of Tyler Oakley stans lived in Ontario.
Yeah, Ontario
That
and
is
like
very
the GTA
interesting.
for some
Yeah.
reason
Like a good
half,
group of
like
them.
half of our
Interesting.
Tyler Oakley stan friends were concentrated in this area.
Yeah.
Someone should look into that.
I don't think it's, I was going to say maybe that's just like an algorithm thing, but it actually wasn't
No,
because
'cause
like,
Might be a
the
little
thing
bit,
is
though,
that
because-
fandom was so small, we knew every single person
Yeah.
on Twitter that was a stan.
we did.
Like when a new one would show up, you'd be like, oh,
yeah, I'd
this,
be like, who's this guy?
new kid in
Yeah.
school.
You really went to what you call it, oomphy collegiate.
You
collegiate.
That's where you went to in high school.
But
Yeah.
we actually learned like how to network. Like at this point
We
in time, I was
did.
in
I still
grade
know so
10.
many of those people.
No,
like,
me too. And like so many of those people have like insane jobs in like the music industry or like we're like you being in film. Like it's all
Yeah.
like everybody kind of went into a creative direction, and like me and Tyler both have podcasts now. Like
Yeah, Tyler.
if you're watching this, I would adore.
The thing
if
is, it's
you-
not going to be that hard to get it to him.
I know.
Honestly, like that would be a really full circle moment. I
Yeah.
would love that.
Tyler was truly like we say like we were in the fandom. Like Tyler was the homie of that.
Yeah.
Like we
Talk about fucking parasocial relationships,
Yeah,
dude.
like,
Like
but-
that.
and like literally
My
feeling
brain
so
was like forming at the same time. I was like convinced I was becoming like genuine friends.
yeah. with this like.
Oh, and
32-year-old
that's
man.
like what it is. Like
Yeah.
your brain should not be forming when you're in a group chat of any.
I feel
kind
like
for
we
any
need to also
fandom.
disclose like it wasn't like in a weird like it wasn't like a
Yeah,
colleague.
they
No,
were like
no, no, no.
stalking
Like, it was-
them. I just feel like those YouTuber fandoms, it was really easy to like get in touch with them and meet them like there.
Yeah.
It's different
Yeah.
than like if you were in a fandom
Like,
for like a movie
even-
or of a TV show.
Yeah.
You
Even
know?
now, though, he's like so accessible online. and
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like-
Like
and
they would
even
interact
now,
all
like
the time.
if you tweet him now, like he notices it because he still recognizes that like who you are.
Sometimes I wonder about that.
I think that he does.
You
I
think
think
he's
it's
still-
in the back of his mind. I
he
do
does
think
have.
that.
He does have.
Don't say it. Well, maybe.
Should I bleep it? He does have pictures of us in his house.
Why is that? Was it like like you sent a picture of
It was
you?
Riley. Riley's gonna
Riley.
get a lot of shout outs.
Yeah, Riley is the G of all of this. She created the group chat. She was like the most active on Twitter and would probably had like the most notices from Tyler, which is also like to those unfamiliar, like if the person that you were standing liked, replied, like interacted with your tweets at all, it was a notice, like, and it was like a big deal.
Do we have to go through the vocabulary
yeah.
here? Because sometimes I've like said reference Twitter vocabulary even in front of you, and you didn't know what I was talking about.
Because there's Twitter vocabulary specific. I don't notice. I know that, but like so you will probably have to.
I think I said soft block.
softball.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. I didn't know what that was.
But Riley made a lot of like fan art and like things like that. So she like interacted with Tyler a lot. And then he did this thing a couple of summers in a row where he hosted
God,
this
yeah.
summer camp in like the middle of nowhere, like maybe outside of New York or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a real summer
it was-
camp?
A real
a
summer
real
camp,
and there was
like a sleepaway, like Camp Rock summer camp,
and
it
there was like other YouTubers there too.
yeah,
and
I think it was
it's like,
Bethany Moto was the other
yeah,
person.
I think
was there another
there
one?
was others. I don't remember.
Yeah, but it was like
mixing that up with the Vine summer camp little bit that they did that like
Yeah.
Enya went to and everything and like
right,
camp or like replay or some shit
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anyways, but that's not what it is, right?
But it was I forget what it was called.
so
it was,
did fans go or was
Yeah,
it
it was basically fans going, and you could just like hang out with your like these YouTubers.
Yeah.
Did you ever know anyone who went?
Yeah,
Yeah, we knew
Riley-
a lot of people.
Like
that
a
went.
lot of
Whoa.
people that we were friends with went. Riley went one year, and she gifted Tyler this like scrapbook that our whole group chat collectively made. We each, there was like 10 people that mailed Riley these like letters, drawings, pictures, like anything we wanted to put into this scrapbook, and then she compiled it all and gave it to Tyler at this camp.
Wow.
And in the last couple of years, I think it was like maybe during COVID or something, Tyler revealed.
It was a more recent. This was like last year.
Oh yeah.
Riley was like on one of his like Twitch live streams, and
Yeah.
he was like, wait a second, I have something to show you, and pulled it out. And apparently, it's like the. I think
It's
he
like
said
the
it's like the one
one,
thing he
yeah.
keeps from like that.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's,
it's like-
I have to ask you questions about what specifically about him was like, ooh,
Gay.
like this is okay.
Gay.
Yeah, so it was just like
was a big part
when
of it.
When did he come out? Like was he,
He
just
never
out
did.
the whole time?
That was one thing. It's like that was the era of like coming out videos, but he
Yes.
was like the one that did not have a coming out video. He was
Because
just,
like you didn't really
he's
need.
just-
yeah.
Like, it,
Yeah. So it was just like kind of like the gay community like fostering like
Yeah.
a group of
Yeah.
like, you know, was it
I don't
mostly
know.
like women or was it kind of just like
mostly, but I mean a lot of the stan communities were regardless.
yeah. That's very true. So it was just about like that community.
Yeah,
In-
I
in
don't
a
know.
sense.
He was funny.
yeah, he was funny and like
I don't know, something about like that, like especially like the personality he'd like put on in his videos early on. Something about that to like a 13-year-old closeted girl just makes
it
so
just
much
clicked.
sense.
Yeah, no, I know
I think
those
it
ones.
was really like he was just himself,
Yeah.
and you were like, at least for me,
Oh,
I
we're
was
gonna
like,
get really cheesy.
yeah,
No, do it,
Guys,
dude.
I
I
gotta
want to
get
hear
goofy
it. Like,
again.
like for me it was like I was not myself, and then I was like, aw, he is himself. Like it was really sweet to watch.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think that people get the wrong idea of what stan culture is, or it's like this like weird obsession, or it's like this this like unhealthy obsession or something like that. But I just think like actually like similar to me as well. I felt that way about certain people, and it's more like I look up to this person. This person is somewhat of a role model to me. Like this person is fostering a community that I like feel comfortable in, and like that's not always something you can find in your like hometown. And it's more like wholesome and like beneficial to yourself than like I think people think. Like they think of fangirls and they just think of like crazy people, but it truly is like really important.
And I feel like I was like, I mean, when I was like on the younger side of it, I was probably crazier about it. But I feel like the more we were like in the community, like it just became more about just being friends with each other and less about the actual person.
Yeah, no,
standing.
exactly. Yeah.
And the more he like interacted with us, and it became just about us interacting with each other. Like it felt like, like even though it's like still focused on him, like it felt like he was just like one of
us.
Yeah. No, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
It's so underrated. I feel like I've probably talked about this before, but like how like that community like builds literal skills. Like I've definitely talked about that before, but like for me, like I was taught how to edit from my group chat, from like my Raylo group chat. Like and everyone who likes Star Wars, they would like teach me how to edit on After Effects. Yeah. How to do everything. And it's just like
everything we're doing now is just an amalgamation.
No, exactly. It 100% is, because like I got like taught like how to like reach out to people, and like I feel like I became, even as we're talking about like when you are asking like what was it about Tyler, I'm like, oh, I definitely have like taken like the way that he would act and like talk, and with other people that I watch it on YouTube too, that like the way that I am in this podcast is because I grew up on YouTube, and like because and like with like doing TikTok and stuff like that, like I know that because I grew up watching people on YouTube talk about their fucking like business, and like so it's like I was trained from like 13 to be eventually doing something in this realm.
This is kind of unrelated, but what would your like YouTuber of that era, Sun Moon Rising, be?
Oh,
like
that's
YouTubers
a good
you were
one.
into then?
Were we talking about 2015, 2016?
Yeah.
I would,
we could stretch it out a little earlier too.
Before we filmed this episode, we were like, okay, what specifically are we going to talk about? Because there's a lot of things, and there are so many people that got canceled.
You know what?
We can't talk about.
We can't, but you know what we do need to bring up? Like a big part of why we specifically became friends within this Tyler Oakley fandom.
I was gonna ask that.
Part of it,
So did you? So you guys
Dan
like
and Phil.
Really? So you were in there and you like identified that you two like Dan and Phil, and you're like, okay, we need to take this to the private group chat.
Because not everybody in the main group chat wants to hear about this. So
I think what happened was I see. There was the main group chat, and then
are we going to reveal how many side group chats there were?
There was a lot of fucking drama too. Like that is a thing.
So much. We were canceled.
I
was canceled too.
No,
I was canceled in the Star Wars fandom.
Bitches were literally because we had because this group chat had like all of the people that had the most like attention from Tyler, and he knew our group chat specifically. We got so much shit from all of the other stans online, and somebody made a meme account and they like created like graphics that was like the 4 horses of death, and then they put pictures of like Riley, Jack, like and like a bunch of other people.
God.
And we still have no idea to this day who it was. We should like put it on Twitter, and like somebody like please come forward, because like I'm not gonna be mad
at this point. It's kind of
reveal who you are. Like it would be so fucking hilarious to talk about it, because I want to know.
We want to have you on the podcast. Actually,
no, like actually,
you're number one hater. Like, I had a few. To me, that doesn't. It's not crazy. I find it funny, but it's not crazy because we had a few times where like Raylo was like considered controversial because it's an abusive relationship, and I've had a few. Oh, here it is, guys. Here it is. Oh my God, you're War.
I'm War. Maya didn't get in that one though.
No, you didn't.
I didn't really get into them. I
got like a lot of.
You got a lot of it.
I still have a lot of followers, mostly from that. Like having 2,000 followers in the Tyler Oakley. Stan Twitter community is kind of big.
I remember when that like meme account happened, I like immediately was DMing them, and they were like,
I'm sorry to read that whole meme.
They were like giving me like, they were really weird about it, where they were like, and I know they were being passive aggressive. They were like, you're my favorite, like you're so like whatever. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Like what is going on? Like so it was just really weird.
But yeah, for those that don't know, being canceled in the fandom is actually what I've discovered quite a common thing.
But I feel like it's almost an honor because it's like,
It
it's
is.
like, yeah, you made it. Like,
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah,
I think I got
you're
canceled about
shit to be
2
like-
popular
times.
enough to have haters.
Yeah,
I know,
No,
exactly.
it's a nice thing to have. Like,
and I
it's-
was like living off the attention.
Oh,
I would
oh,
get
yeah.
same. Like everything would be like how much attention my edits got, like how much.
literally.
Yeah.
It's probably the same for you guys.
No,
oh my god.
very similarly. But anyways, we our like group chat became really popular, and then we ended up, because we were in the same area and we had so many shared interests that like were not really things that people would talk about in this group chat. And us and Riley ended up becoming really close, and we would, this was before Zoom, before like anything. You didn't have an iPhone, so we would Skype.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, you didn't have an iPhone.
You didn't have an iPhone, so we could
Your iPhone.
This was
FaceTime.
before group FaceTime.
Well,
Don't act like that was the
still-
only reason.
Well, still. Like,
I'm still now. I'm still being shamed for having once been an Android user. I was poor, okay?
and so we would
my
Skype
God.
all the time, and we would like we would Skype until we fell asleep.
And we would sometimes continue Skyping in the morning.
Yeah,
I
like if
love
we would,
that.
like it would be crazy, and like consistently, and but like I think like our like I don't know how your parents were dealing
That was
with
a
it, but
real life Vine boomer. We could have
Yeah, no,
that
there was,
down.
I don't know if
that.
that picked up, but it was like something shifted.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Tyler just busted through the door, like he
oh my
he just
fucking
jumped onto
God.
the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me specifics about like you guys, because there's other things that I
Yeah.
want to get into about
I
your
mean,
interests.
Dan and Phil is like a big
Dan and Phil
We'd
was the
send each
biggest
other
thing.
like Dan and Phil edits.
Yeah,
And, like,
and we would like we were so into them, like it, and Dan and Phil, I think back to like what we were saying about like Sun Moon Rising, like I definitely and still am suffering the consequences of being so far up Dan Howell's ass.
you
like
really-
I'm like I'm never gonna escape it. It was such a time where my brain was being formed, where it's like I'm just always gonna like I wanted to be him so badly.
I get those
Yeah.
ones. I understand that.
So I think I would say that I'm a Dan Howell son.
I would say that too.
I would say that I'm a Tana Mojo Moon.
oh
my God.
yeah.
We're going into
And Rising. I'm not too sure actually. I don't really know
I
what I
don't
would
know
say
if
my
I mean,
Rising
like,
is.
To be honest, I definitely watched Shane Dawson.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I-
when you brought up Tana Mojo, like, are we gonna talk about the more problematic people
Yeah,
that we
because
Yeah.
like
we were
that's
young
maybe,
and
like, I was-
impressionable.
we were young impressionable kids and we didn't know
Yeah.
what we were doing.
I watched Shane Dawson back when
thought-
he
and
would
this
like
is-
actually like be really, really, really racist, and I just
Yeah,
like,
me
didn't
too.
understand
No,
what he
me-
was doing
Yeah.
at all. Like I didn't even think I fully understood the jokes. Like back like 2012,
Yeah.
when he was like literally doing really inappropriate things. I'm like, oh, like okay. But then there's also
Right.
like there's an era of of YouTube where like we all know everything was very
iDubbbz.
fucking iDubbbz, bro. I will be
Yeah.
honest, I watched iDubbbz a lot.
I did too.
Because I didn't really fully understand. Or
I was like all
oh my
friends
god,
with
did he
like
meet Tana Mojo? Wasn't
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that was a whole
Oh.
thing.
that was a whole
Okay, well,
thing.
somebody,
That's-
a few of
yeah.
you know about that,
Some
and we're
might
not
be
gonna go
familiar.
into that. Someone might be familiar with the Tana Mojo iDubbbz
And
incident.
if you
Yeah.
are, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the rice gum iDubbbz incident, the
Oh,
leafy
God.
iDubbbz incident. Remember leafy and iDubbbz? Do you remember that? Yeah. Holy shit! I'm sorry, I'm exposing
Dude.
myself right now.
See, instead of that stuff, I was into like Hannah Hart and like
Okay, I know.
and
I
like
had
that
to. I'm
Grace
like,
Helbig, and I was
Yeah.
also, I mean, really into John Green.
oh, of
and, like,
course,
Vlogbrothers.
of course,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I get that. That's a different sector. I
Yeah.
unfortunately fell into the iDubbbz, Filthy
that's
Frank,
the
Max
dark side.
Mofo. That's.
I was like
Guys, I'm admitting it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't think what they did was right at all. But I was watching.
I was just like I
defense.
read John Green, but I don't really know why I didn't get into Vlogbrothers that much. Like it just for some reason it didn't click.
That
I
was like the beginning of all of it for me.
Yeah.
It was reading The Fault in Our Stars, watching Vlogbrothers from that. Then from that, I found the Troye Sivan Jacinterview song.
Right.
Whoa. Okay.
And from that, found Tyler Oakley.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember how I found Troye Sivan, but like I was clocking into TroyeSivan.com. Like I was really was serious.
Yeah.
Found it started for me with like it was like beauty gurus, like it was like Bethany Moda and stuff, and then she had a video where she collabed with O2L. And then I got into
O2L, shout out.
Specifically
God.
Connor Franta of O2L.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And then through Connor went into Troy and then Tyler. Like
We're
it was
really
just like
exposing
and, like-
ourselves really hard.
but that was the vibe at the time.
No, I know, that was the vibe
like,
at the
that
time.
it
I
just-
really hate that I still like know all the ship names off the top.
Oh,
of
yeah,
my
me
head.
too.
Yeah. And me too. I wasn't
Like-
even really in there, and I knew everything.
But it just like it's weird because like I know that like technically I should be like super embarrassed by everything, but there's such a nostalgia that I have for like all of that. YouTube
I don't
I
think- I don't think
personally am extremely embarrassed for how hard I shipped Troiler.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I really did the same. Like I really was out here shipping
You
some
were-
ridiculous shit.
You were
I
clocking the
was-
Storm Pilot.
that's what I was gonna say. Like I was
yeah.
fighting the Storm Pilot war.
Yeah.
Like I was so. It's like to me that's nothing.
No,
like,
I
to
was.
me that's like.
I was like.
But it's like
watching
they're
like.
real people. That's what's
yeah,
upsetting.
I
about
know,
it.
but I
I
can
know.
understand it. Like
There
that's
is like
that's what it
something to
is.
say about like and I've thought about this where I'm like, God, it would be so awesome to have like Tyler or somebody like that I watched on YouTube and was obsessed with onto the podcast now, because I feel like I do also need to apologize to them for creating this like.
Yeah.
I literally thought, because I was like 15 years old, I thought that this like grown ass man that just posted like 15-minute videos online saved my life. Like I so
know.
thought that like, and I was even talking about
Well,
this
like,
last night, like the video that Dan uploaded that was like Daniel in depression was the reason that like I ended up reaching out to like my parents and being like, I need fucking help, and that's why I've been on like antidepressants for like years.
No, but there
like,
is
it's-
like I get that point of view.
Yeah,
you
like,
don't
I-
understand unless you were there.
Yeah,
Right.
But there was like a culture of like, I don't know,
Like you saved my life.
or
Yeah.
of like like it doesn't. Something like, I don't know how to phrase this right, but like it doesn't matter enough to you unless it's like literally you would have died if this person did not make this video.
Right.
I know exactly. I mean, I know
It's
what you're
like-
talking about.
It's
Yeah.
like
we need like
you
a neutralizer.
couldn't
here.
I don't know, just like this kind of like, it's not like as important to you as it was to me because it literally saved my life. You know what I mean? Like it became like a sort of.
Isn't it crazy that we would like talk to people like at like until like 2 a.m. where they were like, I'm literally so depressed, like I want to like kill
There
myself.
was this
like, there's,
one
like,
person,
and
like,
then-
or before I even knew you on Stan Twitter from like before that, must have been like
Right.
2014, 2015,
yeah,
who I was in a group chat with that, like another really close group chat
yeah.
that I talked down from suicide more than once and just disappeared from Twitter.
What?
Her name was
Wow.
Caitlin. She was a Dan and Phil stan,
Oh my
and I still
God.
think about her sometimes.
Oh my god! I
She
know
never did a
who-
face reveal, so I couldn't even like.
She never did a face reveal.
Never did a face reveal.
Bro, we need to
Profile
talk about
picture was
the-
Phil. I still like can picture which image it was.
We need to talk about the actual psyops that were specifically on Dan and Phil Twitter, because you remember Lem,
yeah.
dude. Oh
Was that
my
a person?
god.
Was that an account? Or
There
that-
was this person named Lem, and she was a part of this group of people that were like the really big Dan and Phil stans. And at a certain point, I got put into like one of their group chats, and I like kind of talked to them, and they were chill. But this one person, Lem, was like just really weird, and she was way older than everybody, and she was pregnant, with twins. And this is when Dan and Phil went on to their tour. And she got like a VIP thing. And when she went to meet them, she did her gender reveal. And she was like, it's baby boys. And she was going to name her kids
Let me
Phil
guess.
and Dan.
Yeah.
Or no, wait.
There's
I'm
still
messing it up.
Isn't there a Troiler baby out there?
There probably is. I'm messing
you
it up.
remember
It
that?
actually wasn't twins. It was just one baby boy. And she was going to name it Philip Daniel.
Yeah,
And
that's what it
That's what it
was.
was. And she's like basically this like 20-something-year-old woman, and she's also hanging out with like teenagers too. Like I think one of the girls that was in her friend group was maybe not even like that much older than me, maybe only like a year or two older than me.
Wow.
And so they're like all this like friend group that's hanging out, and one day Lem like is like live tweeting like a panic attack and is like, Phil like didn't notice me or something, I'm having a panic attack, I'm going into labor. And then she said that Phil not noticing her was the reason she went into labor. And then like she like was saying like she had like a newborn baby and was like posting like pictures. And then one day people found pictures of her baby like on like reverse image Google search, and she deactivated, and then she came back and it was revealed through all of her friends that Lem was not even her real name. She was never even pregnant. We don't know who she is. She pretended to do all of this for Dan and Phil's attention.
That's
like
that's lit, dude.
Was,
that's a crazy
and it also
story.
was almost on Dr. Phil. It also like because this one of these girls was like a YouTuber at the time.
Was she definitely not that old?
She was not that old. Like she was probably like I feel like she had to have been like early 20s at this point. Like she
well, that's still old for being in a fandom.
Like and so she and then the story was like almost on Dr. Phil, but the people that like Dr. Phil was reaching out to were like underage at the time, so they didn't end up doing it.
Oh my fucking God.
But like it was fucking crazy, and like the psyops that were on Dan and Phil Twitter like just for attention and for like the sake of like manipulating other people was fucking wild.
Yeah.
And trying to explain to your parents
Oh my god.
everything that's going down.
Like when I'd have drama on the group chat, or if I was getting canceled one of the times, I'd be like, "Mom, like I'm actually dealing with," and then there's no way for them to understand them.
My parents took away my phone and my Twitter when they found out that I was in the group chat with her. Yeah, like they were like, "It's not fucking normal for you to be doing this. Like you should like go outside and like make real friends."
No, and that was
wrong.
like
they weren't wrong. Like I probably should have, but also like when I was that age, like because of like I was watching like Tana all the time, like I probably would have gotten in so much more worse shit than if I was just
so true.
I was watching Tana like fucking clockwork. Like I loved her.
oh my God.
And so yeah, like that.
But how does the Troy Sivan of it all connect with this?
Okay,
it was
well,
Troiler?
It was Troiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta be honest.
Okay, no, and that's, you know what, we're being honest. We're being honest at the sake of being problematic today, because that's what we were when we were 15.
But they were also like, they were like friends. And
Right.
I don't know. There was just like a lot of overlap between that.
Was there a narrative in the fandom of like, it's immoral to ship two real people together?
No, it was
No.
people. It was the Troners. People wanted Troy
okay.
and Connor, Franta to be together,
Oh.
and then the Troilers
So that was
were
the beef
beefing
there.
with each
Yeah.
other.
Okay.
Nobody was ever like, maybe we should not be shipping
Okay.
these people.
Yeah, no. That's
No,
good
that
to
was
know.
never an issue.
No,
That was never. The
and
moral
then there
questions were
wasn't
never an
there
issue.
there was Tronlers, people who wanted the three of them to be in a throuple.
Oh yeah, I didn't know
Remember
that.
those?
I
What's the
didn't
age
ever really
difference
know
between
that was
them?
real. Like
I still don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a lot of it was hard to tell what was real at
the
any
vibe
given
at
point.
the
We were just like
time.
goofing. We really were goofing hard. So
the age difference between them was pretty big. Like Troy was like 18 when like TRXYE came
I
out.
swear, yeah.
And Tyler was
what, like 22, 23?
I thought he was older when that happened.
Was he? I have no.
To
I
this
was like
day-
13, so it like all sounded the same to me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, 18, 23, same
no,
thing.
me too. Like I was like, oh yeah, they're all like grown ups.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like it's fine.
I
And
love
then
that.
I think I think that Tyler was older because I think that Connor was like in his early 20s, or no, maybe he wasn't.
Regardless,
I don't
it
know,
was
whatever.
Still, I remember
No.
Troy
There was-
Sivan being the youngest.
There
of
was
the bunch.
definitely an age gap because Troy
Yeah.
was quite young when all
I
that
really hate
happened.
that I still remember Tyler's exact birthday,
What is it? March. something?
March 22nd, 1989.
Oh,
Crazy.
there's the 1989 of it
yeah.
too.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So when's the first time that you saw Tyler, Troy, all these people? Like, give me a timeline.
We
of the
met for the first time the day that we met Tyler.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
In this
insane.
building.
That's
In this very
monumental.
building.
What was happening? Like, why was
He was.
like-
Was it? He was doing some sort of talk.
He
Part-
did a
like
talk
it was
for,
associated with Inside Out somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and he
that
did
makes
some
sense.
talk with somebody from like CTV or something like that.
Yeah, and we were
And
front row.
We were very front row. He like waved at us. I think he knew who we were.
Yeah, that was like a life change. He did a meet and greet afterwards, and he like knew who I was from Twitter, and that was like a
Awesome.
crazy life change.
That would change my life too.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
honestly.
really crazy. And like, I don't know if we could put the pictures up, but we do have
I
pictures.
still like.
Yeah, I don't really like mine, but like for the sake of the episode, we'll put it out.
Okay.
And yeah, we like met, and my dad
Are
was
we gonna
with
put
us.
the Dan and Phil ones up too?
Oh fuck yeah!
Those ones are
We should.
a
Did
little
you say
more
you had
embarrassing.
a panic attack before meeting Dan and Phil because you had a cold brew. Or
Yeah,
a
I had
cold brew?
I had a black nitro cold brew
You were walking around
hours
these streets,
before
like-
meeting Dan and Phil.
Yeah.
but
and-
when you met them, like, were you still freaking out?
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh, Okay.
I went
love
into a
that.
weird peaceful mode right before meeting them. Where it's like a calm before the storm.
I could
There
Before
was
meeting
always
Tyler,
that.
though, like I was shitting my pants.
I was the exact opposite. Like for Tyler, I was like, I can talk to this person because they had interacted with me on Twitter enough where I was like, it's fine.
That's how it was once I started talking.
And
to
then
him,
like with Dan and Phil, it was like I like could not could not function.
See, this is the other thing that brought us together. The amount of we'd go to like concerts and like all
That
these
too,
fucking
yeah.
meet
I
and
was
greets.
gonna bring that
We
up.
met like an absurd amount of like
it was
yeah.
it was the
people
time
clocking into
where
that.
like
Yeah.
full screen live tours were like
Yeah.
a really big
and
thing.
we did meet Tana Mojo.
We did
I
meet
have
Tana
to-
Mojo. We almost died when we met Tana
Yeah, that's
Mojo.
true.
Like, but getting to the venue, we almost
We were like
got
this
hit.
close to getting hit by a
We
car.
literally almost
like,
got hit by a bus. Like, and
You guys
we
were
like,
oh my god.
and it was crazy. Like,
You were living the life I wanted to live. Like
It
I
was-
saw all these like stands going and meeting a bunch of people and going to these events, and I never could do it. And I'm like, damn, like
you were literally in
seriously-
Mississauga. Like, you could have like.
No, I just like my mom just didn't understand why I
I
want to meet someone on the
literally I
internet.
got fired from my first job for calling in sick the weekend to meet Tyler Oakley.
and it was
Because I
worth
tried
it.
to book
Very
it off
worth
and they
it.
wouldn't give it to me, and I was like, I'm not. So I literally was like, what was I like, 15 years old,
15, yeah.
taking the bus from Perry Sound by myself to
I
come to
love
Toronto,
that.
and
That's
then
how I was too. I
calling
took.
in sick to my part-time job.
I literally was the exact same vibe. I had never been to Toronto by myself. And I think when we met Tyler, my dad was with us because he was like, I don't want you to get killed. I have no idea
Oh,
who this person
yeah.
was. And then he saw you and he was like, she could hang. And then and then the second time that we met in Toronto, I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was
No,
the Tana
it just-
thing.
it
but it all
snowballed after that.
Yeah, it all like blended together because there were a lot of
You
people.
went to a bunch
lot
of
of
concerts
concerts.
too.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
But Dua was
Dua Lipa.
crazy.
Yeah. Didn't she open?
She opened for Troye Sivan.
Opened for
No one
Troye.
talks about that.
The night
that
of the
isn't-
Trump election.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Crazy.
Driving back from that concert with like the radio
Seeing
on,
that
and they're
Trump
like,
got elected.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Fucking wild,
That's
man.
crazy.
Wild.
What other concerts did you see in that era? I just really
Lainey.
Lainey
we were
was
so
the big-
obsessed with Lainey.
Wow.
Lainey was like, I think before the 1975 obsession
Yeah.
really, really
we saw
started.
the 1975 later.
We did see the 1975 later on, but Lainey was like the band for that like period of time, that like 2016.
Dodie.
Dodie,
We met
that was
Dodie
because
too.
Bufferfest.
Yeah,
was
but
a
we
big
also
thing.
didn't. Maybe that was later.
That
we
was a
saw her in
concert. That was like 2019.
I don't know. Who else did we
2018?
see?
Who
It felt like there was a lot of. but that
Elijah
one-
Daniel was.
Oh really? You
we
did? You saw?
met-
Should we finally reveal the secret that Sam told us? Is that mean?
No, I think we should. Yeah. So, because they're not dating anymore. I think they broke up.
Oh, really?
I think
so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Elijah Daniel at the time was dating this guy named Sam, and he was
He's a DJ.
a DJ.
I remember this vaguely.
And when we were at their tour, he was just like walking around and hanging out. And then Sam comes up to us because we were like just off to the side, and we were like, we looked at him, we are like, sup? He comes up, he's like, I have to tell you a secret, and you have to promise not to tell anybody. We're
like really
really weird.
seriously
It's really
made us
weird, okay.
promise.
And then he like pulls out his jewel, and he was like, I was peeing, and this fell into the urinal, and I just washed it off, and I'm gonna keep using it. And then he like vaped right into our faces.
Oh, you got those pee particles on
Yeah,
your dead
like,
ass,
literally.
bro.
And we were like, gross, but like we won't tell anybody. We're telling people.
No, it's, I think it's like
I
now's
can't
the
believe
time
it
to
took
bring
us
that.
I
this
can't
long.
believe we genuinely kept that secret for years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys were serious about
We
that.
were
I
really-
really
I
probably
don't know,
tell everybody.
something about the way he had us.
It was
swear
really
to him felt
threatening.
Like, I didn't feel threatened, but something about it felt so
It's crazy that he's
genuine.
like, I need
Yeah.
to tell these two people right
He
now
has
that
a
I see.
crazy.
Like,
He has a crazy energy.
he
Both
on?
him and Elijah had like a really
it wasn't just that
insane.
jewel.
It was
Yeah, let
not
me
just that
tell you.
jewel. Like it
Remember
was.
the jewel days? I fucking
Yeah.
like I
Can you
never.
imagine?
No one in my high school ever. I never saw anyone smoke cigarettes. I barely saw anyone drink, but we were jeweling.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mississauga kids clock into jewel. Like they really do. Like they
The
love
jewels
it.
hadn't made it to Brantford until it was like a little bit too late for that. It was like everybody always had those fucking like big ass
Those
vapes
car
that-
battery
Oh,
vapes.
like,
yeah,
that
the
were, like-
car battery vapes.
And it's
yeah.
like,
We have
yeah.
to refill
No,
the liquid.
Yeah,
were-
Jesus Christ.
They were a huge hot commodity at my high school.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say.
God.
I
That
love
was
that.
That was that. I feel like that just represents that era.
No,
Oh, for
definitely
sure.
Jewels,
Yeah.
Tana Mojo.
The-
Fidget
oh my
spinner.
God, the
Panda
fucking
by Designer.
Oh, what was
Yeah.
that? Oh, the fucking Cody and Noel video.
Oh, that's cringe. That fucking
Yeah.
like
That's
his Nick levels are over 9,000.
Nick levels are over 9,000, bro. That was so.
Dude.
My friend, one of my old friends from high school, took their grad photo with the Nick level over 9,000 like glasses, and she
Yeah.
was like going like this, just like he was. And then they did the one. I don't know. There was a bit where they did where they're like hard.
Oh, it says like fair enough.
Yeah, fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
And then she did one like this where she had fair enough on her knuckles. Like and that was like how like there was a definitely. Oop.
Oh,
Sorry guys, we gotta go.
so we're going over.
Yeah, we're at 45 minutes.
Damn.
Okay, I mean,
Okay,
where are we going with this? We can go
There's
multiple
so
ways.
much we didn't talk
still.
about.
Like we didn't even get into. I should have known that we.
Yeah.
kinda
This
get
is
into
but
all
this is a
into
cohesive
one.
story so far.
But yeah,
we
but
can get into
basically-
And now we're roommates.
Yeah, basically we
they were
kept
roommates.
throughout. You still lived in Perry Sound. By I think grade 11 it was. You moved into Kitchener.
Yeah.
And then I was in Brantford, so we were only like a 40-something minute drive away from each other. And then we were just like, I like didn't have friends. Like I
neither.
did. Sorry to the people I was friends with. I had friends. But
I had
we
like
were-
one.
Yeah, and like we were,
You know who you are.
and we would just hang out all the time. Like we would just like it would be
Yeah.
like once a month we would like hang out
And get just
it's
sloshed.
so drunk.
You're on Stan Twitter, like the fuck, like
Yeah.
you gotta drink for some reason.
And
Yeah.
we were like drunk
I
watching
drink to
Cody
forget,
and Noel.
but I always remember.
Huh?
I drink to forget, but I always
yeah,
remember.
That's true. That's
didn't
another
even get
part of
into
the.
that.
That's another part of the YouTube.
That's a big part of that.
Yeah.
We'd oh my
Brandon
god,
Rogers,
what in
please.
like a big part of our Skypes we just watch like Vine compilations
Vine
together.
comp-
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Vine compilations
I
is a
feel
big
like
thing.
we can maybe talk about this another time
Yeah.
if it doesn't really fit, but I feel like the Vine compilation to like genuinely doing comedy pipeline is quite insane.
That's
Yeah.
very big for us.
I know it's big for us, and I think it was the moment that Enya and Drew were like, "We want to be comedians." Is
Right.
when I was like, "Oh wow, like that's what this is."
No, me
like,
too.
I was like, "Holy shit!"
I
like,
didn't really even realize that till this year. I was like, oh, what I want to do is like be a comedian. Like,
I know.
I thought I just wanted to be
A
like an idiot.
comedian.
oh, a comedian.
That's a callback, guys.
That's a callback to
to the
last
episode that Maya still hasn't edited.
but okay, beyond that,
It's coming out this
truly-
week.
But
Yeah,
truly, like
sure.
all of these things are like they aren't like silly little jokes. Like they actually were like the building blocks.
They
of our
really
life. Like,
were.
especially so seriously for you because now you guys live together.
Yeah.
But, like,
I
the
know
whole
that's
thing of,
really
like-
that's the craziest part to me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we would even like talk about that.
Yeah.
We'd be like, haha, well, we both want to go to school in Toronto. We also like hella romanticize
Toronto.
what
I mean,
like you had to.
Yeah.
of course,
had
you
to.
watch Scott Pilgrim and you watch the F word and you're like,
I did
damn,
not. I
she
did
fucked
not.
it. You didn't?
I did
not
not.
one of them?
No.
No, because you haven't. Have you seen the F word yet?
I have.
That one definitely.
I have now.
That one did it for me. Like I remember, I was like, "Holy shit, I need to move here."
No, it was Scott Pilgrim for me, but I think in general
one
it was
too.
like also like we were really big into How I Met Your Mother, still are.
Yeah.
And so,
it's
like-
just roommates in the city.
Yeah, it was like roommates in the city, and then that was like we decided that early on into our friendship that we were like, okay, we're gonna move it to Toronto and like live
I
together.
can't. And when
so
it actually,
cute.
like, I can't believe it actually.
No,
Like, I
no,
never
me too.
expected that to act. I
And-
mean,
and
we
I
do.
kinda-
We pay an absurd amount of rent to make it happen.
No, and no, but
But-
the thing is, like, you guys, like, that's like what you guys were meant to do. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, when I see you two, and then like they're roommates. Like, they,
Yeah.
like that's it's just
That
so
is the
it's so
vibe.
sweet.
That is
Like how
True.
people think that we're like sisters.
yeah,
Yeah.
sisters, cousins, at least, maybe. Who knows? We might
Right,
be.
Maybe we should
yeah.
do a DNA test.
And we should do
You
a
guys
DNA
should.
test.
Did I
'cause-
tell you my mom ordered a DNA test for Gus?
for Gus?
Yeah.
So what is
Really?
that?
Has Gus been on the pod yet?
No,
I don't think so.
We
Can
haven't
bring
done a
Gus
Gus
in here?
reveal.
I might
should.
die though.
You might
We
die.
should do a live reveal of what Gus is.
A Gus
Yeah.
reveal.
Are
We
we-
could have done
I
that when
think
we
we.
filmed it at your house.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should do another one.
Yeah,
Maybe
we should
I think we need to go into media.
for sure.
Yeah, we need to go into media.
Maybe. Okay. It hasn't come out yet, but just like with everything we're talking about, by the time this episode is out, Troye Sivan's new album will be out, and I have no doubts that that's gonna be bangers.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
big
gonna be
for us.
so fire.
Because we were all simultaneously listening to Blue Neighborhood in our
Yeah.
little hometown.
Also,
Yeah.
1989 Taylor's version, like
Yup.
that was also the album of
It
that
might
era.
have
So
been.
like
Yeah.
that's a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
October 27th.
Mm,
The Bite of 89.
the Bite of 89.
The Bite of
Some
89.
might be
Okay, we probably
familiar.
mentioned this already, but FNAF is just staying on my media. Like, I've been playing the game. I'm thinking about
We were
it.
just
Like,
talking about that.
What?
So true.
Playing FNAF?
No, I
we
was
were talking about
about-
how you get when you talk about FNAF.
because like my sisters are like really into FNAF right now, and when Clara starts talking about FNAF, it's like exactly the way that you talk
and
about
how
FNAF.
old is Claire?
Like 7 or 8.
Oh, okay, listen, we've like another big part of my like fandom was PewDiePie and like
Right.
in Markiplier.
God.
And I would watch
Oh
them play
my
FNAF
God.
and Slenderman, and I was like I was a creepypasta girl, and that's it for me. I'm always gonna love FNAF. I'm always gonna love it with all my fucking heart. Like I
Right.
don't care. Anyways,
Yeah. So my media is Debaser by the Pixies, Raspberry Beret by Prince, and
I just saw the fucking playlist that you clicked on the picture.
Let me
And
see.
it's it comes to a certain point, and it's that picture of Cillian
Yeah.
Murphy.
Oh yeah,
And then
that's an iconic picture.
pay
for me.
more. Let's pay more money to Deftones. Back to School by Deftones.
Oh, nice. I don't even know what I'm gonna. Attention Politician by Kilo Kish. I saw it on TikTok. I think it's a new song. It's really awesome. I don't know what else. Like I've listened to the same shit over and over. Y Control by Yes.
So true.
I don't know. I haven't been watching a lot of movies. It's just that.
Yeah.
Stream the new Troy album for sure.
Yeah.
Loki came back.
Loki, dude. Did you
came
watch that?
back. Yes, I
I
did.
literally left the house while she was watching.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they used Steadicam for some reason and it really threw me off.
Yeah.
Like it
Right.
really, like I'm actually serious. Like my one critique is like,
That's like when I came over. I can't remember what we were watching. Was it Black Swan? I don't know. We came over to your house to watch something, and I like made you turn motion blur on your TV off.
Oh,
'cause
that
I
was
couldn't
Black
pay
Swan.
It was
attention
Black
to
Swan.
it.
no, I was just like, I was at home watching it and I was just like, fucking use fucking Steadicam. I don't know why I don't like it. Like I just don't. Anyways,
Yeah, I feel like that too, guys.
You an easy rig girl.
I'm just like, why is the camera not on sticks for Loki? Like to me, that's just what it has to be. It's been.
We killed Maya.
No, but like you
Maya, when we start talking about film
about
stuff.
like cinematography, like
Yeah.
wake up.
Sorry,
Wake
we just turned into Gabriella. And
Gabriella and Jacinta Gaffar.
But we just today here. I just want you to know we just scratched the surface of the lore
Yeah.
between them and
No,
and
you
what
gotta
fandom
come
means.
back, and we have to like do more
am I
stuff.
gonna get my own camera from now on?
We can
We'll
we can
think
do
about
something.
it.
I mean, both of our cameras basically don't work, but we can
We'll
figure it out.
If
I think I should have like a GoPro, just like
Yes, like a
strapped
head
just, like,
GoPro,
strapped
and like
to
as
you.
you're like changing the settings.
should
you
it,
get
should
live.
we just change the layout of the episode so it's like live Jacinta reaction in the corner for the
That would be
entire
really
episode?
cool because sometimes I catch the faces you make when I say shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's funny.
Maybe
Like,
we
that's-
should.
That's really funny.
Yeah, it could
Humbling
be.
me day in and day out with reaction shots, literally. All right, guys. Well,
Well, did you give a media? Yes, you did. You said
Well, yeah, I feel too much pressure to choose something. Though I will say, like, we were really listening to The Lonely Island last night.
oh, we
like, a
were.
lot.
we didn't even get to the
and
comedy,
the two
the
of
comedians
us
of it
last
all.
night
Oh my
got
God, we didn't even
so drunk. Like we
Okay, well, you can't come home from Thanksgiving with every kind of alcohol on earth
Yeah.
and not expect that we're immediately
No,
gonna sample.
We had to try because there was a bunch of alcohol, like every type of alcohol, a lot of which I hadn't even tried before. Everything
Wow.
was so delicious, and we just kept
because
like
it was
we
all
were,
the good stuff.
yeah. We
Did
were
you
like we
take,
made old
like shots, or did you make little drinks?
we
made
made
little
We made
drinks.
little drinks, but like towards the end, we
We were
started
just
just
taste-
taking shots.
Yeah.
But it was
I just have
really
no idea
fun.
how they're still alive.
And we
We
were
might still be
listening-
drunk.
Yeah, like it's quite possible, but it was really fucking fun. And we listened to The Lonely Island and Boogie for so long.
And the lonely, I don't know. I just feel
I feel
like
like it's better when you're drunk.
It
something
is.
when I start appreciating the Lonely Island a lot. I just feel like I've become the person I used to hate.
Yeah.
no, me too.
We
But it's
are like
good.
really like strong SNL stands for some reason.
That we didn't even get to talk about.
We didn't
that.
talk about John
Yeah.
Mulaney. We didn't talk about. Sorry, that's triggering.
That's literally her sleeper word. Like she's gonna turn into the fucking.
we didn't talk about Bo Burnham.
Oh my god.
That one runs so fucking deep.
To end this off, and maybe this is my media of the week because I've been watching The Bear a lot. John Mulaney's in that, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
He acts in it, but in it they mention Bo Burnham. So in this universe, Bo Burnham exists, but John Mulaney
never became a comedian.
Yeah.
That's that's the best universe.
What a nightmare world to live in.
Is he just a dad? So he's a DILF. Is he a dad? in
Mulaney?
it? Yeah. Is he
no,
does he have a
no,
family?
he's married or like dating Sarah Paulson's character, and everyone thinks he's gay.
Oh, so okay, there's a lot of universe switches in that.
Wow.
It's crazy that they exist in that canon, but then like Bo Burnham still exists.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I love that.
Damn. Well, on that note,
We need to end this off somehow.
We do.
our
How
light
should
just
we?
died, so we
No,
should
okay,
go.
this is how we're gonna end it off. Fuck. Sun, moon, rising. No, we can't do that, man. We have to. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something like sun, moon, rising, like.
I
comedy
think we
songs.
should end it off with because one thing we said we were going to mention that we didn't is the Always Sunny
Yeah, that's what I
characters
was
we can.
just gonna say.
So
That's
I
it.
think we should have people guess.
Who
Are we gonna say it
It's not
now?
just that though. It's also like our new girl sodas as well.
And there
which
was
I would
another-
argue go in
Every
like,
time
hand
there's a
in hand.
trio, we have to.
Yeah,
Boy
Boy
Genius.
Genius.
Oh, that's what we were gonna do. We were gonna do Always Sunny and Boy Genius. I think we should just say it in this, but pause the video.
Pause the video.
Comment down below what you think our kins for are Always Sunny, New Girl, and Boy Genius. Now,
Okay.
Well,
so
wait.
the reveal.
Okay.
who's revealing?
I'm Charlie, Nick, Phoebe.
Why do I have to say mine?
You're-
Okay.
You're Dennis
Dennis, Julian, and
Schmidt. And you're Winston, Mac, and Lucy.
Yeah.
Which I think makes perfect
that tells
sense
you
into
everything
who
you
we are. Like, this is, and yeah.
I'm just like there's no like it's very accurate. I
And
just
it's,
want you to know.
I think it's like really insanely obvious. And also, whenever we ask that question, why does everybody immediately, oh, Maya's Charlie?
Like we're out of time, and Maya just won't stop talking.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
Just because I can't read, it like becomes a big thing. Like, okay.
Well, when people look at me in the face and they're like, Dennis, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? What's that about?
Christ, you don't have to be so smart about it.
Why are you like saying like code into the mic? You're saying like subliminals?
Becoming Mac McDonald subliminal.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for.
No, I'm just talking about how you guys keep fucking talking, even though we're out of time.
Oh,
We're not out of time.
we are way out of time. We have to go.
We have all
We're
the time in the
over.
world.
What time is it?
We did 56 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's gonna? My mom's gonna be the only one that listens to this entire episode.
Yeah, shout out
We
to
have-
my dad. He's gonna listen to it too.
My parents
sure
don't
about
watch
that?
it.
He really does. He watches
Good
it.
for him. What?
I'm glad.
Yeah. I don't think he
Pete-
like knows what we're talking about all the time.
That's his name, right?
What, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone ever call him Pete?
Yeah. Some people.
Pete Rigakos.
Still, yet he can't say Pete Davidson's name ever. Well, I don't remember what he
What
called
did he
him.
call
Does he? What is he?
I don't remember. I remember I told you one time
Yeah.
what he called Pete Davidson.
My
I think I have it
sister
in text.
called him DJ Hyperson.
Well, DJ Emerson is good, but I will say that my mom has described we're gonna go see John and Pete, and my mom was like,
Fuck,
I know
that's
that this
gonna be-
weekend you and your friends are gonna go see your little comedians, so there are little comedians. Like
They really
confirmed.
are.
There
little
are
comedians.
like this big.
They're actually like
little,
this
like-
big on my
I'm
screen. Maybe
really
on
gonna-
here he's like this big.
I'm gonna
but-
like pet them and put them into my pocket. Like they're gonna. Like,
No,
be,
they
like,
actually
so-
are. Like I'm gonna go up to them and be like, "You guys, you're our little comedians."
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
This is the problem with me being on the pod is that when it's the three of us, we just can't stop fucking talking. So I think
know.
I'm just gonna stop recording.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Thanks for listening. One day we'll have Jack back, and it's also your fucking
back?
birthday. It's your fucking
Oh my
birthday.
god!
You're
Yeah, that's why
22
we're
years
doing this
old.
now because
Oh,
it's coming
yeah.
out on my birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody send me money.
Yeah. She's 22.
Money.
I don't know
or-
about you.
Or Always Sunny. What is it? Whiskey? Is it whiskey?
Yes.
Coors
Someone
Light.
said- Yeah.
We'll
I
be.
want 4 walls.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Endless, nameless.